And good morning, everyone. Welcome into a special edition of the Epifano McDonald's, and we call this the Super Saturday McSports program on a Friday, right?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, we can do that. As we mentioned before, today is the official kickoff of the upcoming Epifano McDonald's Basketball Classic, which will be held over the period between Christmas and New Year's holidays. That has been sponsored, I believe, 17, 18 years now for McDonald's. Yeah, we'll try to get the official total from Mark Reinhardt here in a little bit later on. He takes care of all the history stuff for the tournament and things like that. But we're looking forward to another special visit with our special athletic directors from the 4 participating schools. We'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a little bit. But first of all, let's say a pleasant good morning to Mr. Nick Epifano.
Hey, happy to be here. Glad you're here.
I'm
Exciting
too.
time. Holidays are coming.
It is. It's unbelievable. I was looking through the record books the other day, and this is one of the earliest I think we've actually did a kickoff program here at the program. So we're here at the Jeffersonville location.
We're live.
We're live, so you can hear everything, unfortunately. All right, Nick, this is, of course, as we mentioned, one of the tournaments that and one of the community involvement programs that you guys have done over the years. Tell us a little bit about the reasoning. I know people say, well, you've done it for 20-some years and stuff, that you've gone back into the community. But tell us a little bit about why it's important for you and your family that Epifano McDonald's is so important. You reach out.
Well, I mean, we've always tried to tie into things that were kind of special within the community. And I think when you look at this tournament, I can remember when I first came here, I believe it was the Gus Weiler tournament.
Right.
When I came, Gus Weiler Chevrolet and GM and all that at the time. And some of these things that have been around like that, they kind of have a mystique to them. And it was always kind of neat. And actually, this was already going on before I moved here. And before we started up like the Fayette County Championship football situation and all that. So it was always kind of neat to try to go ahead and take a look and see if we could tie into something like this. And when it became available, when they said that Gus Weiler's was moving on to other things, we were graciously and happily accepted to be the new sponsor of this, and been here ever since. And it's been pretty wild ride so far. I mean, if you look at, I think we first started out, it was radio and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then you and I started doing the Facebook Live broadcasts, and we've done several of the championship games and those things at the school. So it's been pretty neat to be able to watch the tournament grow, and then get to see us grow, as far as our video productions and some of the other things that we've been doing. So just a blessing to be able to do it. Thankful for all our employees that work so hard every day to take care of all the customers, and very thankful for all the customers that come in and give us the opportunity to be able to do this. And like we always say, when you spend your money in our McDonald's, we're going to reinvest a portion back, and this is one of those things, one of those programs where we do that, and we're just very happy to do it.
We'll get more into specifics later on, yeah. But one of the things that make the program, especially the tournament, just a little bit different is the fact that you also have set aside funds that you give back to the schools in the sense that this part of the sponsorship in uniforms and things like that. And so again, we'll get more information on that in just a little bit, but that kind of makes it a little bit different, I think, because a lot of times when you have schools together that host a holiday tournament, the money is usually split 4 ways, at least here. Yeah. A lot of times those schools that host a tournament will keep the money for themselves and give like a small attendance or admission for playing in the tournament, and that's it. So that's one of the things that makes this tournament, I think, very, very unique as well.
Yeah, and they did a really good job setting it up. I mean, it's always been a class tournament the whole way around when you look at the way that they've set it up from the beginning and how it's handled at each school. And it's really nice to see all these schools come together and be able to work together so well. And it's kind of exciting this year because the first time since we've been the sponsor, we're actually going to have Washington Courthouse back being a part of that. So I think for the community, that's even more exciting because we've got all our local teams, and then London's just right up the road. So there's a rich history of this tournament with all these different schools, and then to be able to have Washington Courthouse back in it, I think for the people that are coming home for Christmas and want to see some of these ball games, I think it's going to be more exciting, to have that avenue of it. So.
All right, and again, we'll go through the scheduling and all that stuff here as we talk to the different athletic directors and so forth. Before we do start talking to them, let's kind of real quickly review on what some of the big things that are going on here at Epifano McDonald's.
Well, it's that time of the year. We're getting ready for the shoppers. There's going to be a lot of people coming out to the ball and the different areas, and a lot of travelers. So, Thanksgiving's coming up, so we know that Black Friday's always busy in that weekend, and really starts off the shopping season. So, we're ready for you. This restaurant opens at 5 a.m., so we're ready for you early. We have the 24-hour restaurant, Leesburg Avenue, and Washington Courthouse to take care of you. So, we will be here and be ready to take care of you when you need to. And, it's just a great time of year because, we got some different items that we have. McRib's back, so that's always a popular fan favorite. It's kind of usually comes back in October, so it's a little bit later this year. Mm-hmm. So it makes it kind of nice when people are traveling and they can get a McRib. And then also, the holiday pie. I mean, that's a phenomenon in itself. You wouldn't think, but there's a lot of people that wait for that pie to come back every year, and it's one of their fan favorites. So, and then it kind of got leaked yesterday, but December 2nd, we're going to start the whole Grinch meal.
Really?
And, yeah, it's going to be a pretty fabulous promotion that we're going to do. And it involves a special shaker fry that has like some seasoning packet that you put in a bag and shake it up, and it gives it the kind of a dill pickle and some other flavor taste. And there's some special Grinch socks and some other meals. So look out for that, because that's going to be a hot commodity, and I hope we can keep some of those socks in stock for a while, because they're going to go. They're going to go. There's several different varieties of it, so that's something that's kind of exciting. And we all know that holidays and those kind of things, people looking for gifts. We do have the gift cards, so if you need a quick gift card or something you want to supplement or stick in a stocking, we got that, as well as many other things. So we're here for you.
All right. Of course, a reminder real quickly, tomorrow we'll be doing our Student Athlete Awards program, and then in a couple weeks we got a couple stars of the game shows that we'll be doing. So we're going to be keeping busy probably over the next month or so, besides coverage of the holiday tournament.
Yeah.
So we want to encourage you once again to tune in here to Epifano Sports Network so that you can keep up to date on what's going on. Anything else you want to?
Nah, I just appreciate Randy and all the years of the partnership that we've had together to do these kind of things. It's always a joy to get to spend time with him and have the sports guru do these kind of things. And tomorrow, like you said, we're doing the student athletes, and then we got stars of the game coming up. That's always exciting for us, because we're celebrating the youth in the community and some of the great things that are happening. And tomorrow's is a very special day because we pick 8 of the or 6. Is it 6?
No, it's 8.
Yeah, 8. Sorry, my mind's going. Yeah, from the 4 schools. So we pick 8 of the top 2 student athletes, a male and a female from each school. So it's pretty prestigious for them to be able to win that. If you look at the group of folks that have won those awards over the year, it's quite an accomplishment. And to be able to partner with these young folks and get to hear some of their stories, it'll be exciting. So if you get a chance tomorrow, tune in and take a look at that, and I think you'll enjoy it. So appreciate all you do, buddy.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you as well, and enjoy talking to these kids and their coaches and stuff. So again, that will be tomorrow, but in just a few moments, we're going to be talking to the athletic directors that kind of serve as the board of directors, I guess, of the holiday tournament. They'll be giving us some information on how the parents are going to go, a little bit about the history, and we even got two new ones that's in the tournament as far as the ADs are concerned, and get some information from them and what they'll be doing as well. So stay tuned as you're watching the special kickoff event from the Jeffersonville Epifano McDonald's, part of the Epifano Sports Network, right here.
yes it is. Oh yes it is. Crispy chicken doing a little biz. Lettuce, cheese, creamy ranch, spicy sauce too. All wrapped up just for you. Snack it, wrap it, love it, unwrap it, crunching and munching, can't stop the tapping. Snack, wrap, back, it's the tasty attack. One bite in, and you're never looking back.
All right, we're back here at the Jeffersonville McDonald's. Again, special kickoff for the upcoming Epifano Holiday Basketball Classic, which will be held at various sites. One of the gentlemen that's been part of it for quite a while is Aaron Hammond, the athletic director of the Miami Trace Panthers. Charlie Andrews, I believe, started this.
Charlie was the AD at Trace.
Close
He worked
to
with Pete Bartoviak
Yes.
at Madison Plains, and they came up with the idea to host this holiday tournament. I think it was '96 was the first year of the holiday tournament, and
I was going to say, we're getting close to 30 years.
I've been involved with the tournament from its inception, either a coach or on the other side of it.
Oh, okay, that's right. Were you the voice coach at that time?
I was an assistant coach for several years, and I was the head coach.
Okay.
And then I moved into administration. Yeah.
All right. Well, this holiday tournament over the years has had different teams involved with it, and we'll talk about this year's setup in just a moment or so. But it has offered a lot of different schools opportunities to have something to do maybe during the holidays. I know some schools, they try to pick individual games, or they don't even play at all during the holidays. This gives some of the teams an opportunity to maybe get some games in, but also maybe place people in the area that maybe they usually or you would not play. And tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I think that's what makes the tournament special. I mean, there are local teams coming together over the holidays, as we have for almost 30 years, to play a little basketball, have a little fellowship, and then get to enjoy the holidays. So I think that makes the tournament great, especially this year. We've got the addition of Washington coming into the tournament. They were one of the original participants way back when, and now they're coming in. So I know in Fayette County, I mean, where else are you going to be on those nights?
Right.
You've got Washington and Miami Trace playing basketball, so I assume that a lot of our community members will be there in those gyms.
Now, one of the things that I think, and I think you and I talked about briefly, one of the things that will kind of help with that, in fact, is, you know, used to everybody was kind of the same division and stuff like that. But this year, with Courthouse and Trace different divisions, even though you guys will play in the league, and even if, let's say, you would end up playing in a game against each other or something like, at least you wouldn't have that fourth meeting. Is that right? Is that part of the thinking or what?
Correct. With the addition of Washington, we're in a unique situation in that Washington and Trace are in the same league, so we play each other twice, once on each other's floor. Well, with their addition back to the holiday tournament, there's a potential to play them 3 times. So I know from my perspective, if we make it to the finals, it can match up on the boys' side. That be Washington and Trace 2 times on my floor, which I love the atmosphere of a Washington Courthouse Trace game. The gym's electric. So if we were to meet up in the finals, whether it be boys or girls, it's not going to count against league standings. It'd be a true neutral game. But you're right, since we are in different divisions at the end of the season for postseason play, we would not match up in the postseason.
And just for those folks that might be tuned in, don't worry, Greenview and London does have a say in possibly, finals matchup if that happens.
Absolutely. We set it up so Washington and Trace are not paired together in the first round. So depending on what happens in that first round determines those matchups for the second day.
All right. Well, one of the things I did want Aaron to do is to kind of go down through the lineup as to who's playing who, where, and what time. So I'll let you go ahead and do that.
Okay. Well, our girls' tournament's on Friday the 26th of December and on Monday the 29th. The matchups for the girls are the same as the boys in the first round. Greenview will play Washington, and London will play Miami Trace. Washington is hosting the JV tournament starting at 11 o'clock on the 26th. Then Greenview will host the varsity tournament that evening starting at 6:30. On the 27th, we have the boys opening round, JV and varsity. JV's at London, boys varsity is at Trace, and then we conclude the tournament with the finals and the consos on Monday and Tuesday.
All right, so again, Greenview, Trace, varsity, Courthouse girls,
London JV boys.
and JV boys. Okay, so keep that straight. We'll get that published for you so that you have an idea of what's going on there. When you look at this matchup and stuff like that, how much work do you guys actually do to get prepared for this tournament? I mean, you just can't say, oh, what's 3 days before the event? Let's go ahead and put this thing together. You guys have to kind of work around it. Not every day, but you still got to work on it to get things lined up and all that.
Right. We typically meet as a group of ADs. We did that prior to this interview today and kind of finalize the options for the tournament. And then we're in communication over the course of the off season to make sure everything's still flowing as it should. From an administrative perspective, it's really like a home game. We're just having 2 games that night. So there's not a lot of prep work. We try to put a program together for the people who are attending and make sure that those who are coming to broadcast are set up. But it's not. We treat it a lot like a regular season game.
Okay. Final question: ticket prices. How's those go?
Ticket prices for the varsity contests are 8 and 6. For the JV contest, they're 6 and 4.
All right, so keep that in mind. Again, we'll get that information to you as well. So we thank you. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you, Randy. Appreciate Nick for everything he's done. 17 years sponsorship of this tournament?
At least 17 years.
So Nick's a staple in our community, and we're blessed to have him.
All right, well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to the guy we call the historian of the tournament,
Yes, the historian.
Mark Reinhardt from Greenview. So stay with us right here on the special kickoff of the Epifano McDonald's Holiday Basketball Classic right here on the Epifano Sports Network. Back here at the Jeffersonville McDonald's restaurant, of course, this is a special kickoff news conference, as we like to call it, for the upcoming Epifano McDonald's Basketball Classic, which will be held December 26th through the 30th here in Fayette County and also in Madison County and also in Greene County, right?
Yep.
Mark Reinhardt, the athletic director from the Greenview Rams, is with us right now. And how long has Greenview been involved with the tournament?
We've been involved since 2006.
Okay. So close to 20 years.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And I think we figured out tournament's close. If it's not at 30 years, it's close to it.
This is the 30th year.
It is the 30th year.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So that's good to note there. And Nick's sponsored it 17 years. All right.
Correct.
Started off, I think, with the, probably before you came, started off with the Kroger's. We had the Kroger store here in Courthouse in London, so they sponsored it for about 4 or 5 years. Gus Waters sponsored it, and then Nick picked it up, I believe, 17 years ago. What makes this tournament a little bit different? Kind of interesting fact maybe you can share with us.
What I think it is, it's a good break from our league play, because now we're kind of in the holidays and we get a chance to compete for something with some opponents that we normally don't see. We've got some smaller schools in Madison. Madison Plains used to be here, and we're smaller than the other schools. So it's just good. Geographically, we're all within 30 minutes of each other. But it's just a nice break out of league during the holidays to get some competitive games in.
I know that one of the things that does make this tournament is that Nick gives as part of the sponsorship is a uniform stipend to two of the schools. Has that been decided for this year?
Yeah, it'll be Miami Trace and Greenview.
Okay, so Miami Trace and Greenview, so you each will get $2,000 toward your sports budget to help with the equipment.
Correct.
I mean, with the uniforms,
Yes,
right?
correct.
How have you guys used that in the past?
We usually we alternate that between our boys and girls programs, and it just goes directly into their basketball account, and we buy uniforms, with it. We run like a 4-year cycle typically, and so the timing is perfect for us. And Nick has given it's close to $70,000 now that he's donated to the uniform allowance account, which obviously is phenomenal.
When you look at how you, especially you, I'll just kind of pick on Greenview a little bit because you can have a better idea of how to. So you take some of the varsity uniforms and stuff like that, and do you maybe give it to the reserve team and stuff like that? I mean, or how you do that?
Well, ideally, that's the goal, to do that, to pass them down for a couple years. It just depends on how mean they are on them, and how they last. But typically, the last couple cycles, we've bought JV and varsity at the same time.
Oh, okay.
And kind of pass those down to our freshman boys team, if we have that third team.
Okay.
But typically we've been buying 2 sets, JV and varsity at the same time.
Tell us real quickly about sports at Greenview. How did you guys end up doing for the fall? And I know that the girls and boys will kick off in the next couple days for their season officially. To give us maybe a quick summary of how fall sports went for you guys.
Our football team won our division again for like the 6th year in a row. Made the playoffs again. And then our girls soccer team went to the regional semifinals for the 2nd year in a row.
Wow.
So they've been back-to-back district champions. And I know tomorrow during the Student Athlete Award Show, we'll have one of our girls soccer players who's all Ohio. She'll be here for that.
Yeah.
So we had a pretty competitive fall for us.
Now, with winter coming up, any changes going on as far as any of your coaches? Everybody's still pretty much the same, or?
We've got our Coach Beal is back with our girls program. We do have a new boys coach. It's kind of, Coach Falk was here for years. He had an assistant coach, which was Jason Strickle was his assistant. They took off last year. We had a new staff in, and now they're back, but they have switched roles. So Coach Falk is now an assistant, and Coach Strickle took over.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
And of course, you guys do other sports, like you got bowling.
We have bowling. We have swimming.
Swimming.
Yep. We have one gymnast.
Okay.
And then of course basketball. And we have boys and girls wrestling. Our girls wrestling program has been really strong.
Oh yeah.
Top 5 finish in the state tournament with a couple state champs. We've got a state runner-up that's returning this year. So
wow.
We're excited about our wrestling season.
So people sometimes look at Greenview and say, man, it's an awful small school, but you got some really good athletes that participate and stuff like that.
We have been very fortunate.
All right,
some
good.
great coaches too.
All right, so we will probably see you when the varsity girls will play at your site in late December. We appreciate Mark stopping by and giving us a little insight of what's going on as far as the history is concerned of the tournament. We got 2 guys are kind of rookies as far as the tournament's concerned. We're going to talk to them in just a moment, so stay with us right here on the Epifano.
Snack wraps back, oh yes it is. Oh yes it is. Crispy chicken doing a little biz. Lettuce, cheese, creamy rancho, spicy sauce too. All wrapped up just for you. Snack it, wrap it, love it, unwrap it. Crunching and munching, can't stop the tapping. Snack, wrap, back, it's the tasty attack. One bite in.
We're back here as a special kickoff for the Epifano McDonald's Basketball Classic. Joe Kimling is with us right now, the athletic director of the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions program. And Joe, this is your second year. We still have never had a chance to interview you, so buckle up, buddy, because here we go. All right. First of all, give us again a little bit about your background, where you came from.
Well, originally I'm from Michigan, spent some time in Michigan as an athletic director prior to going to Madeira High School in Cincinnati. Spent 22 years there prior to coming to Washington Courthouse, and it's been a great move, and have enjoyed these first 2 years.
What brought you to Courthouse?
You know, it's really kind of interesting. Spent a long time in one place, and just really, my wife and I both grew up in small towns, and really wanted to get back to that small town feel, that community feel, and Courthouse awarded us that opportunity.
I know that you took over for Greg Phipps, and one of the things Greg always kept bugging Nick Batts is Courthouse has got to get back in the holiday tournament. We got to get back in the holiday tournament, and you guys were able to work it out this year and so forth. Can you kind of explain how that came about?
Well, the reality of it is, Nick asked me.
Oh, okay.
So, I got an opportunity to meet Nick last year for the first time.
Okay.
And a great supporter of Washington High School. And as we were talking, he had asked, could we consider getting back into the tournament? I didn't know the history, didn't know that we had been in and got away from it and got back, and worked with the coaches and were able to get back in it. I think my recollection is part of the situation prior to us leaving was the fact that Miami Trace and Washington could meet each other as many as 4 times when we were in the same division. The fact that we're no longer in the same division made it a little easier to make that transition and be able to get back in and play in the tournament. We're looking forward to it.
I know that you have anything like this in Madeira when you guys were down there?
We didn't play in anything like this, no. Nothing to this magnitude. I mean, the one thing that I've noticed moving from Madeira out here to Fayette County in Washington is the passion that people have for their sports and the community support that every place we go, I mean, the community shows up for their home teams, and it's really kind of a really unique experience being out here and feeling that. I remember standing on the football field the first time we played Miami Trace and just looking around going, wow, this is the real deal. Like everybody in Washington is here. If you were going to steal something, that was the time to do it because everybody was down at Gardner Park.
That's what's happening in the NBA.
Yeah. When you look at your sports program overall, you guys have got some really nice facilities, especially over at the high school, the baseball field, softball field, soccer, and so forth like that. What advantage, when you got a chance to kind of take a tour, and I'm sure the facilities, what was your thought about that?
It's really, it's interesting. It's not very many schools that have a track-only facility. That was really appealing to me, the fact that, Washington has its own track and its own stadium just for track. I think Gardner Park is a unique venue. It's really kind of that, it gives you that hometown, when people think of small town, hometown football, that's the venue you think of it. And so I really enjoy having the opportunity to be in Gardner Park on a Friday night. It's really kind of a unique experience. Baseball and softball facilities are great. Obviously our gym is in great shape, and we're at a point where we got to start making some upgrades as we go. I mean, things are starting to age out, but really enjoyed the fact that the upkeep on the facilities are good. People take care of them. People turn out. We're in a good place from a facility standpoint.
I know when the schools were all built, and you had the middle school over there as well, so their facilities are pretty good shape as well, so that kind of helps a little bit. Do you have help? I mean, do you have like an assistant AD that helps you out, or do you kind of use a rotation of coaches, or what?
I do not have an assistant athletic director. I use coaches and some staff folks to help me out when I need help. Tina, my administrative assistant, is amazing, and she steps in, probably helps me points me in the right direction plenty of times. But Tina Wilson does a great job. An alum there has given her heart and soul to that place, and nobody bleeds blue as much as Tina Wilson does. So she's been a great help since I've got.
Well, you notice I CC her on all your emails sent to you just to make sure.
That's a smart move, right there.
Because I know you get busy sometimes. I know she can pick up the slack if something happens. You now will get to host the reserve girls.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And that will be on the 26th and 29th, I believe.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about the facilities. Now, are you going to be using the high school?
We'll be using the high school facilities. We've got great facilities. It's a great venue for this type of event. We have plenty of locker room space for the teams coming in and the officials. It'll be obviously we have plenty of parking. It'll be a nice venue for kids to come in and play. We have a larger floor. So it'll be a good event.
And good seating and things like that.
Plenty of seating, yep.
In fact, speaking of seating, tonight we'll be busy because we'll be doing the season opener with Coach Denon and the girls team and stuff like that. I think people maybe looked on the school schedule or something and saw no reserve game. That's because Westfall doesn't have one, right?
Yeah, Westfall's not able to field a reserve team, so we'll be starting tonight at 6:30, which is a little earlier, but able to welcome Westfall in to start the girls' season, and we're looking forward to a great season.
And then next weekend the boys get started.
Yep.
Bowling's already been going on. We did, of course, the bowling last night with the boys and so forth. So they're having a pretty good season. Swimming's coming up.
Yep, we're offering swimming. I think we open up on the December 1st out at the YMCA.
Okay, so wrestling.
Wrestling, boys and girls, will get officially started on the 6th.
Okay.
They've started practicing, but their first matches will be the weekend of the 6th. And both our wrestling programs are very, very solid and looking for great years for both those teams.
Now, you did have one change. You have a new girls coach, right?
We do. Jalen Mason took over on the girls, the girls program. For Coach Gibbs, whose daughter's down at Rio.
Yeah, you can't blame him wanting to see his kids
tearing it up down at Rio. So he's wanted to step away a little bit, understandably. His son wrestles on the boys' side, so he's still involved, but wanted to get away from those head coaching responsibilities. So Coach Mason stepped in, and so far so good. Things are looking good for the Blue Lion Wrestling program.
And of course, your fall sports, kind of like with Mark, we'll do real quick recap. Chuck Williamson comes back and comes out of the chute with a 5-5 regular season. Unfortunately, he lost in the first round of the playoffs, but you guys got
second round.
Second round.
To be clear,
That's right.
Yeah,
you could beat New Richmond, didn't you? So you end up 6-6.
Yeah, we defeated New Richmond and then went down to my old stomping grounds to Indian Hill for round 2 and lost to the number 1 seed and still playing tonight. So
I'll tell you, very young team.
Yep.
Some good things there.
Yeah, I think looking at the football program, looking at this season, we're probably a year ahead of where we thought we would be, and I think that's a good sign. And Coach Williamson's a great coach, and obviously has a record of being able to turn programs around, and he's made the program headed in the right direction.
All right, well, good enough. Well, we'll see in about 5 hours or so over at the gym, getting ready for some basketball then.
We'll be ready to have you in.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Appreciate it.
We'll take a break, and we'll have our final athletic director as a special guest. So stay with us right here on the special kickoff of the Epifano Basketball Classic right here on the Epifano. Wolverton, I tell you, I always tell Jimmy this. I watched him play basketball in high school. That's how long I've been around.
I'd like to watch that myself, honestly.
He was a good player at Madison Plains, I'm telling you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Jacob.
Yeah, so newer to this part of the state. I grew up in northern Ohio, Lake Erie and Sandusky. Spent some time in Cleveland at John Carroll. First year athletic director at London. Prior to this, I was a classroom teacher for the last 12 years in Westerville. Assistant athletic director at Westerville South, and then did a lot of site management work at Hilliard Bradley, which was right down the street from where my family and I live, and that's kind of how I landed into this role.
I was going to say, what drew you to London?
It's actually kind of a funny story. So probably about 10 years ago when Coach Cutler, our head football coach, was hired out there, I was working as an online teacher. I had the opportunity to meet Coach Cutler when he got hired. Was planning on coaching on his staff at the time. And shortly after that, I was offered my full-time teaching position in Westerville.
Okay.
So I had to kind of cut ties with that. So there'd always kind of been that attraction to. So I never ended up actually getting to coach out there, but I had the familiarity with it, and I had a lot of respect for Coach Cutler. I had a lot of respect for Jimmy Wolverton, having met those guys and some of the people out in London. And when the opportunity came available, I jumped at it.
Well, great. Let's talk about the fall season so far. Your boys are still alive in the playoffs.
It's been a whirlwind. And any first-year athletic director's dream. We've had an amazing fall season, not just for our football team, but for all of our sports programs. We had a cross-country runner running in the state meet, girls volleyball winning, our regional runner-up this season as well, winning a district championship again. Hosting a state soccer tournament game at our facility, and then obviously the football program and all of the success that they've had playing for the regional championship tonight.
Now you guys are 12-0, so if you win, you go to the state.
It'll be the state Final Four, yeah.
Yeah,
they
Final
actually
Four.
just released the matchups yesterday. It'll be Region 12 versus Region 11.
Okay, so you would play
The winner of the Watterson and
Steubenville?
Steubenville, Steubenville game tonight.
Well, if you guys win, who knows? I mean, they've got, who was it? Somebody who's going to play at Hamilton Township, so, if you get somebody that like Watterson or something like that, you guys there, Hamilton Township's got a beautiful facility. Maybe you guys could get lucky and get close.
Yeah, last year we matched up with Watterson in the state Final Four as well. They played it down in Taze Valley.
Oh, okay.
So obviously they haven't released sites or anything
Right.
like that yet. But we're excited for the opportunity tonight. Tip City's a great team. Hoping Mother Nature could maybe help us out a little bit to slow down their passing game and offense and things like that. But they're a great program. I know our guys aren't overlooking that at all.
When you have a program like your football team that's still going so deep into the tournament and stuff like that, what issues does that create for your winter sports?
Sure. So, the first thing that comes to mind is next week was supposed to be Winter Sport Picture Day. Obviously, we have a lot of boys still playing football that'll be playing basketball and wrestling in the wintertime. So that throws kind of a wrench in that. So we're rescheduling and shuffling those types of things. We're scheduled to open up boys basketball not for 2 weeks from tonight. So we may be looking at some logistical things there. So it definitely creates some, logistical struggles and things like that. And for a first-year athletic director, that's not necessarily the easiest thing in the world, but it's a blessing at the same time, right? It's a problem that we love to have. It means our programs and our teams and our kids are having success.
I know that Clinton Massey always would have those problems and stuff like that.
Sure.
They would delay the start of the season almost to mid-December, but then you're making up a lot of games in January. That could be the same scenario with you guys if you go any further.
It could be. We end up playing, more games in a week than you'd like to. You end up with multiple, 3-game weeks and things like that to try to, reschedule some things. But again, I was talking to our basketball coach this morning. We'll see how things go tonight. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, and we'll start making some changes if we need to next week.
Any changes as far as the coaching staff?
Yeah, we have a new boys coach this year.
Okay.
His name's Joe Johnson. He's been around basketball in London for a long time. He's a London guy. So we're extremely excited about him and having him to lead our boys program. And Kevin Long, another London guy, graduate from London, those types of things, been in the London community, still leading our girls program.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about both of those guys and both of those programs.
I believe, if I remember correctly, I believe London girls won the varsity last year, the championship of the holiday tournament.
Yes.
So, I've always been very impressed with the job Kevin's done for the girls program.
He does a lot of great things.
Kind of helping the fact that even though this is your kind of a test under the fire, with the first tournament stuff, you only have to worry about 4 different divisions. You kind of can concentrate just on 4 teams in one division.
Yeah, I think that helps for sure.
All right, so you guys will have the reserve boys?
Yes,
All
reserve
right.
boys.
All right, so that will be on Saturday and Tuesday of the period, the 27th and the 30th.
That is correct.
All right, so keep that in mind as well.
Looking forward to having them.
All right, Jacob, thanks a lot. Appreciate you coming up and being part of the program today. And welcome to London and welcome to the holiday tournament.
Thanks. Thanks for having me. Thanks to McDonald's for continuing to do this. It's a great job.
All right, we'll take a quick break and we'll wrap things up right after this here on the Epifano Sports Network. All right, so that wraps up our news conference for today. We hope you got the information. If not, we'll, of course, continue to publish information on our Epifano Sports Network Facebook page, as well as Fayette 43160 as well. The paper will be here. They're going to be publishing the information. And if you didn't catch all of it, don't worry. We'll come back and repeat it again a couple of days before the event starts. But again, we'll start the day right after Christmas, 26th through the 30th. So we hope that you'll take advantage of it as well. So our thanks to Nick and Nicholas for doing whatever they're doing in the background. Nicholas is standing there like, I'm not sure what I did, but thank you, Randy. Anyway, don't forget, tonight, girls basketball, Westfall at Washington Courthouse. We'll take the air at 6:20. We will name another star of the game from McDonald's. We had 2 yesterday from our bowling teams, and we'll have them in March. We also will do the star of the games for the fall sports. That'll be coming up in a few weeks, but tomorrow's very important. We're going to do the student athletes, male and female student athletes from Washington Courthouse, Greenview, Miami Trace, and also the Fayette Christian School. That starts at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. 2 programs, one at 9, one at 10:30. We hope you join us then. I'm Randy Young. Thanks for joining us here on the Epifano Sports Network.